To build a better interaction with the respected respondent, we would like to deliver a short discussion about circular ready-made garment supply chain, in short, circular RMG supply chain. Clothes are worn almost by everyone, nearly all the time, and for many are an important expression of individuality. According to Ellen MacArthur's Foundation's report in 2017, globally, the USD 1.3 trillion worth clothing industry employs more than 300 million people along the value chain. From 2000 to 2015, clothing production has approximately doubled, driven by a growing middle-class population across the globe and increased per capita sales in mature economy. Hence, it seems like the RMG industry is growing with a groundbreaking pace. However, situation may not go like this in the future. Profitability of the ready-made garment, in short, RMG industry is at risk. Global Fashion Agenda and Boston Consulting Group's report in 2017, titled as Pulse of the Fashion Industry, reported that by 2030, fashion brands would see a decline in the earnings before interest and tax margins of more than 3% points if they were to continue businesses as usual. This would translate into a profit reduction of approximately USD 52 billion for the industry. Besides, the RMG industry is one of the most polluting and waste-generating industries, being a significant contributor of greenhouse gas emission, third highest in fact according to the DHA white paper published in 2022, responsible for producing too much wastewater during production. 79 cubic meter of water is wasted per year according to Ellen MacArthur's Foundation's 2017 report, and increasingly posing as dangerous due to the fast fashion trends generating tons of clothing waste each year. More than $500 billion of value is lost according to that Foundation's report. There has been a significant number of reports, documentaries and research works supporting the drastic pollution potential of the RMG industry. But how its material consumption and wastage can be redesigned to enhance resource and material efficiency to generate sustainable economic, societal and environmental values? Research and development from the renowned research institutions, foundations and non-profit organizations from developed countries have been striving for knowing the answer of the question about how the RMG industry commercially can also foster sustainable development. Circular supply chain is found to be an impact solution to these problems remaining in the RMG industry. Circular supply chains are interconnected systems that use secondary and renewable inputs to generate value by reducing and maximizing resource use, and is an extension of circular economy concepts integrating reduce, reuse, repair, refurbish, remanufacture, recycle, repurpose throughout the supply chain, reflecting collaborative initiative, manifesting shared values. But what is circular RMG supply chain? Before that, let's first understand what a linear RMG supply chain is. A linear RMG supply chain sources, designs, produces and uses clothes in a way that large amount of non-renewable and unmanageable resources like cotton and non-circular synthetic fiber are extracted, converted into yarn, further converted into fabric to produce clothes that are often used for a short time in today's consumerism-centered society and world of fast fashion, after which the materials are mostly sent to landfill or incinerated. Now let's come to our focal point. What is a circular RMG supply chain? In the circular RMG supply chain, all stakeholders involved in functions from cloth designing via manufacturing to use are committed to retain value of clothing by ensuring their longevity and by sharing, repairing, refurbishing, remanufacturing, recycling, repurposing to slow, narrow, close down the material and resource flow loops. Stakeholders in the circular RMG supply chain are fiber producers, yarn manufacturers, fabric manufacturers, designers, garment manufacturers, brands and retailers, end users, collectors, repairers, and recycling companies, and they are collaboratively involved in the slowing, narrowing, closing down the loop. The circular designers design the clothing in a way that will minimize waste in production, can be modular for multi-purpose and multi-season uses, will be of increased longevity with functional standards, will be easy to repair, remanufacture, refurbish and recycle. The textile waste can be reused with minimal loss of quality and will encourage the use of recyclable local materials by design innovations. The RMG makers use a mix of virgin fabrics from responsible sources and fabrics that are repaired, refurbished or made with recycled fibers accumulated along the supply chain. They can also use other compatible wastes like PET bottle wastes in their production. The retailer and fashion brands play an active role in promoting the supply chain to move to the circular economy through creating awareness and increasing transparency in the chain. They increase their public relations through promoting their new innovations, technology and supply chain practices to customers. The end users or consumers discuss all kinds of clothing that they no longer need for reasons such as aging, undercutting or losing fashion features, and decided to drop them in the specified recycling bins of municipalities or retail outlets come drop-off points. Moreover, they value responsible consumptions, peer-to-peer sharing, product as a service system, subscription and returning practice. They are involved in the supply chain decisions by offering innovative ideas, affecting clothes and repairing material cost, agreeing on an optimum price through participating in the supply chain cloud platforms. In the circular RMG supply chain, the collectors play a critical role by collecting used or unused clothes, sorting them according to their colors and type of materials, and removing accessories such as staples, zippers, and tags from the clothes to avoid retying and increase recycling efficiency. Also, they send usable dumped clothing to repairers or retailers or garment makers for repairing, refurbishing, and remanufacturing. Those collected unusable clothing are given to the recyclers. The recyclers then turn them into primary constituents and give it to the fiber manufacturers. Those primary constituents are turned into recycled fiber by fiber manufacturers. Yarn manufacturers use them as raw material to turn them into yarn by combining with the other fibers based on the intended use of the yarn. Fabric manufacturers prepare new fabric from a mixture of recycled and virgin yarn. This kind of reverse logistics system reduces energy consumption, enables manufacturers to avoid use of virgin raw materials, and ensure material and resource efficiency. The government and policymakers have a significant role, and thus they influence the implementation of circular economy positively with their legislations and enabling, engaging, encouraging, and enforcing policies. Finally, in the complex structure of circular RMG supply chain, each stakeholder acts as an independent actor, and their activities are implemented through collaboration, communication, and coordination in the whole network structure. As per the DHL white paper report published this year, circular economy in RMG supply chain can be basically enabled by circular consumer behavior, circular supply chain, and feasibility and orchestration. And these major enablers are implemented through design of circularity, development of raw materials in the R&D phase, on-demand and circular manufacturing in the production phase, reusable and environmentally friendly packing, and smart product return and recovery solution in distribution phase, new use concepts, reselling, refurbishing, viable repair business model in use and reuse phase, smart assets collection and smart recovery, and advanced recycling technologies in the end of life phase. Thank you very much for staying with us. Please do support us by answering the questions in the next phase.